Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Karissa Richardson, and I am the SVP of Sales Performance here at Guaranteed Rate Affinity. And I'm so excited to have our Chief Operating and Strategy Officer, Jaime Joyce, joining me today, just to have a little conversation about women in the mortgage industry. So, welcome.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. This is fantastic.
I'm so excited. So Jaime, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been in the mortgage industry, and how did you get here?
So I started back in 2002 as a processor, and I worked my way from ground up. I loved that. I've got to tell you, I loved being on the phone, loved talking to clients, loved making the mortgage process easy. Right, that was really kind of how I started, and then it evolved from there to how can I affect change in other departments with other teams. I moved over to underwriting at some point in my career, and then worked my way up the chain that way as well. So it has been such a journey and an evolution, whether it was through leadership or through the mortgage process overall, right? A lot has changed in 20 plus years. It's crazy to say how long it's been, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, I still feel like I'm in my 20s, even though I'm not. But it's been great. It's been a wild ride, and I love what I do. I mean, I can't tell you, I love the people that I work with, the company that we work for, and I love being able to affect change.
Awesome. Well, and obviously, that's why you're here with us today, right? So, you are definitely a leader in change. I think you are one of the first female chiefs
Yes.
of any of our organizations. Is that right?
Well, Guarantee Rate Affinity for sure. Our rate parent company does have several other female executives. And I'll tell you what, they've kind of set the stage and the bar pretty high. Rola is one of the chief officers at the rate company. I got to do some time in one of our women's the Grow organization. We took a trip to Cannon Ranch last year. All of us got to collaborate. Kate Amore, a lot of, and Tracy Anastasia, amazing. It was really great to be able to work together. A lot of people think of women in the industry as, hey, we have our own agenda or we're trying to cut throat, but I can't say enough that it really is amazing to be able to work with female leaders that want to help build you and help everyone around them. So that's been a game changer, I think, for the rate companies as well as Guarantee Rate Affinity. I know, myself and you, right? We did mentoring way back when. That's got to be 3 or 4 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
It was such a valuable program, and I learned while I was the mentor, I learned more from you than I felt like I probably talked and gave you.
Yeah.
We all have different skills, and what you brought to the table was amazing, right? The marketing piece, the rack, all of those pieces that I never had exposure to in the operations world. So being able to experience that, learn from it, and then execute it over to my teams
Yeah.
was another, game changer. It just meant a lot. So we're looking to bring back mentoring as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm very excited about the future of Grow for our organization and all of our other sister organizations. So, as as a woman, maybe thinking about joining a mortgage company or getting into the mortgage industry, what would be your first piece of advice?
I would say be authentically you. It is very easy to conform. There are several male executives, right? So while you might feel like you pressure to conform to everybody else's way or process, the way they do things, be you. It
Yeah.
makes a big difference. Women come with a different perspective. I know it sounds a little crazy, but having that dynamic and the difference helps build a more unified team. It helps the partnership for sure. While we might not always see eye to eye, I'll tell you what, we all have the same goal.
Yeah.
And that's been fantastic, right? Being able to work with a group of such professionals to make the organization better. A lot of real estate agents are female,
Yeah.
right? So that's also another advantage of being in the mortgage industry, right? So we're working with our Coldwell Banker friends, right, over at Anywhere, and they have What Moves You, which directly correlates to our GROW, which stands for Guarantee Rate Organization of Women.
Yeah.
So again, helping build each other and taking all of the collaborative efforts and working together.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, I mean, I love that you brought up how many, like, most real estate agents that are women, right? That's
Yeah.
the majority on that side. But on our team, I think we're almost 60% women at Guaranteed Rate Affinity specifically.
Correct.
Which is a huge number, right? For again, the mortgage industry as a whole. Most organizations can't say the same. And so I'm A, proud of that number. B, it's on the sales side and the operation side. So it's very well mixed. We have a lot of fantastic salespeople. We have an amazing group of, operations team that you all have built as well. That's the room that we have a couple doors down is primarily women right now, which makes my heart so happy. But what would you say has been like the hardest thing for you going from processor to where you are now? Like those are some really big steps that you've taken. So,
Yes.
Where have you maybe struggled a little bit, or what are the things that you've learned from in that path?
I would tell you early on my career, I was promoted at one point, and I thought I was promoted as the processor because I was the best at doing it. And I thought, well, because I have my own process and I'm going to teach everybody my process and make them follow it because it made me successful. That was the worst decision that I could have taken, right? What got me there it isn't going to get everybody there, right? And letting everybody kind of have some autonomy to do their own way, their own process, and lead differently.
Yeah.
I think I came in with a really strong hand, and I learned more from some of the negative feedback that I received.
Yeah.
And I will also say I had people that reported to me that actually came and sat me down at one point and said, I don't know why we're doing this. It's ridiculous. And I went, wait, what? And it really took me back. I had to take a couple minutes to reflect on it. I say a couple minutes, that's a lie. It was a few days, right? I think my ego was a little hurt. And then I realized being a female, the vulnerability, right? And multitasking. And over the 20 plus years, right, I raised a family. I still have some small, I say small, but he's 13, my youngest at home. Being able to multitask, being able to, it's not always about doing it one way or another. And you learn that. And then learning along the way with my peers and listening, right? Again, I mentioned how you brought just as much to the table, if not more. And our whole group did that, which I love. Learning from each other. So your initial way isn't always the way.
Right.
So the evolution of learning and growing, I do a lot of reading, a lot of introspect, right? Of, hey, what can I do better?
Yeah.
How can I lead better? How can I be better? Right? And that's the passion that I want to show up with each and every day.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you've been with the organization in total more than 20 years, which is fantastic. For the mortgage industry, that's actually remarkable, right? That you've been able to stay with the same organization. That's not a diss on anybody. It's just that's the nature of this business. So a lot of the commonalities that I keep getting to, and almost everyone has said, is part of this job that, attracts us all, whether you're in a role in sales, whether you're on ops, whether you're in marketing, whether you're an accountant, like it's the fact that you get to problem solve and you get to, we pivot a lot, right? And every day is a little bit different, if not a lot of it different. So how have you made that work for you in your career?
I'll tell you, the not having to do the same thing every day is amazing to me. It actually really makes me more passionate about what I do, right? And I'm not trying to solve the same problem or puzzle over and over again. Years ago as a processor, as an underwriter, as a leader, trying to problem solve a file was great and I loved it, right? It creativity and things of that nature. But then getting a team to be able to solve bigger problems and more of them and have them come up with the solutions. Yeah. I'm not the smartest in the room. I'm not the one with the best ideas. Building my team that is really amazing, right? And the longevity of our leadership group here, you mentioned a lot of them are females, right? They're looking for the most fast, efficient, and productive way to solve problems. Yeah. So pivoting day to day, there's so many mornings I come in and I think, oh, I've got my agenda down smack today. I am getting out of here at 5:00. I've got this event or that event. And, the guardrails come off and it's like, all right, how we get it done? Yeah. And that's been amazing. I mean, I just love figuring out different problems. Yeah. And different creative solutions.
Yeah, That's awesome. And I think that's actually like a female superpower, in my opinion.
Agreed.
No diss on the men in the room, but there is a skill set that we pose. And, again, most of us are moms, and we have multiple children we're trying to coordinate and all the activities outside of work. But again, another common thread that keeps coming up is that GRA has become like a family. And we all rely on each other for such different things, right? And we've all worked together now for, some of us, decades plus, which is hard to say because I don't feel that old either, Jaime. To say that I've even been working that long is weird. But, it's nice that we have that family feel. Like, we are a large organization. We have thousands of employees, right? But we know that we can call on each other, and we problem solve together. And how have those relationships impacted you over the years?
Well, I'll tell you, you don't realize the value of a tribe at all until you're really in it, right? Until you need it. Back in late 2021, I lost my husband. Biggest challenge of my life, right? We had been together almost 25 years. I will say it was amazing. The support and the love that I felt, and the people that reached out, and you felt that hug, that support. And, it was COVID and tough times. And I'll tell you, at the funeral, I looked up and I saw so much GRA family that it warmed my heart. And coming back with the different challenges that I was faced with as a single parent, I have to tell you, amazing.
Yeah.
It made me love this company and the people that are with me every day, even that much more. People that I maybe didn't talk to day to day. I got text messages that carried me through, right? And I would sit back and think, wow, I don't think I felt that loved until it happens, right? So I will tell you, that has been amazing. The culture that I will give Dave Dickey an amazing credit to him. He does a fantastic job of driving us culturally.
Yeah.
Not just about a mortgage or a loan or a process,
right,
but about how to build each other, right? This culture committee that we've created, the different ERGs, GROW's only one of them, right? We have LEAD, we have HONOR, we have so many support systems for our employees, and also so that we can lean on each other, not just in good times, but in tough times, right?
Yeah.
We do our anniversary call every month. Emily Honings is amazing as well. She is our HR person that drives these calls. She brings such energy. And I have to tell you, the first call I was on, I was like, is she for real? And then I got to know her and went, oh my gosh.
It's 100% real.
It's 100% real. That's who she is in day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. You think of some of such the strong supporters that we have.
Yeah.
And no differently than in other people's lives when, we have a newsletter, a get to know you. We send out a welcome wave to several of our employees too when they start. And that's amazing because people feel that love. They feel supported.
Yeah.
You're not a number here. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a community. Your vibe attracts your tribe, and that couldn't be more true.
Yeah.
So while we look for top producers, we look for top talent, we also look for the right people, right? And then we work around and we support and build everyone up. So that's been amazing. I love the culture here.
Yeah.
It's a game changer in the industry.
It is a game changer, yes. And Dave Dickey, our fearless leader and president, he's always about making yourself better, right? And improving on yourself. And I think that's so different from most leaders who just push you for more production, right? More output. But we are all of the like mind that like the better I can be as myself and more grounded and more holistic and healthy, right? Healthy lifestyle is a big deal here. The better we all become, right? And so I think that's super powerful from the top down. That's something that we really focus on here.
Absolutely. Body, being, balance, and business, right? The 4 B's. We go back to our core.
Yep.
While we've got, our core values, those are what surrounds everything, right? How can we be better, just 1% better today, right? The goal is never perfection. It's progress.
Yeah.
And, when we're working on those 4 categories, we get a better balance in life, right? Yeah. All work and no play or no family time. That doesn't work. So how can I be grounded? How you've got to put your own mask on, right? Like just like they say
On the
on a
airplane.
flight.
Yeah.
You got to put your own mask on first
Yeah.
to be able to support those around you. And also take a minute for gratitude. I wake up every morning and I fill out my journal, which is, what are the 3 things you are grateful for today? Every day they're different. Every day I think to myself, this mind shift of I have to make this call or I have to go to that meeting to, gosh, I'm really lucky. I get to talk
Right.
in this. I get to attend this meeting. I get to make change, right? And that's huge, right? For someone, it's a mindset change from what you have to do or what's being done for you to what you get to do. And when you take that control and that ability back, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's a game changer. So, we've been talking about Grow a lot, and again, Guaranteed Rate Organization of Women. And we're super excited this year because I think we're pushing it. Like
Absolutely.
It's so important to us. It's been something that you and I have done before in the past together.
Yes.
And I'm excited that now you're going to be in a leadership role with the organization from the very top. So 2 big leadership roles within a couple months of each other, Jaime. That's pretty amazing.
I am a multitasking mama. Let me tell you, focused, fun, fearless.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be more thankful to be doing it with you.
Yeah.
Because
I'm very
everybody
excited.
needs a team, right?
Yeah.
It's not just ever going to be one person.
Yeah.
It's the ability to all work together. And that's what Grow is about, right?
Yeah.
How can we build each other and focus on our strengths? The ones that you bring to the table are definitely not the ones I bring. So I
Very
love
different.
that about us, right? I love that we're a diversified group.
Yeah.
And that we want to make it better for all of the other women that are in this organization and maybe don't know how to get into a leadership role. And maybe you're interested, maybe you aren't, maybe you just want to make yourself better.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Right. Yep. Perfect. So, one more question.
Sure.
What are your goals for this year?
I have a lot of goals. I will tell you, we did the vision board. I'm a huge proponent of if you don't have a written goal, it's just a wish, right? So nothing ever happens for that. I have 4 kids. So a lot of my goals surround more family time, right? More fun for them. With a 13-year-old son, I say quite often what he's got to get done. So giving him the option, a little bit more options this year is on my list to have him drive things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But I'm focused on obviously business and how growing, recruiting, how can we get more in? I work with a team of amazing sales folks, right? Scott Throneberry, Frank Ciardelli, like they are driving the force here, which is awesome. So getting in more new recruits, building our business, getting more loans, and being able to make the process easier and smoother, right? That's going to be one of the big ones. And then, I have some personal goals. I'm not ashamed to admit it, right? Hit my 40s-ish and definitely focusing more time now that the kids aren't as young and don't need me to get back into focusing on myself, grounding myself, doing the journaling, back to the gym, things like that. So my word for 2026 is consistency. And I'm super proud to say that, I have been consistent on my goals so far. So we're going to keep going, which is awesome.
I love that.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited for the future of Grow.
Thank you.
I'm excited to have you as one of our strong female leaders at Guaranteed Rate Affinity, and just excited for the future here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.